the magnitude of this for the NBA world to have a loss like this? Has there ever been a death like this?
You're here today. It's huge, you know, from the standpoint of who we lost as a basketball community, who the world lost as a man, who the children lost as a father figure. You know, there's no replacing a Kobe Bryant. I mean, and people talk about the basketball side of it, but he was a lot more than a basketball player, especially at this point in his life, of what he was dedicated to was his family.
How sad is it to have lost two girls who were basketball players themselves?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like when you think about, again, and it hits home for me because I have a daughter who's 13 years old. And you know, I can't imagine what that mom is going through and or what those last moments on that helicopter were. But to lose two young ladies who dreamed of playing in the WNBA, who were playing they were on their way to a club basketball game. How many times we go to a club basketball game, how many times we hop on a plane and just assume that, you know, I can imagine how excited they were and talking about the tournament they were going to. And hopefully those were joyful moments right before, but that's hard. It's just hard to realize that life and the perspective that we have on life. And, you know, I'm a person of faith, and you have to rely on the fact that you know that when it's your time, and it's nothing we can kind of prevent it or try to prolong it. And but it did, just being a 13-year-old daughter. Gigi, my daughter's Maggie. My mom, we call Gigi, so it's kind of just a lot of things that were kind of common that were like a little eerie, if you will. And just makes you kind of take a step back and remember that this is way bigger than basketball, and it always will be. And I think that's probably one of the things with Kobe and Gigi and the baseball coach that was on the plane and the girls basketball coach that was on there. There's so many just similarities in our lives that just makes you really remember that life is fragile, and hug the ones that you're with and tell them that you love them every day, and you know, and try to make the most of every moment. And we try to tell our players all the time, stay in the moment. You know, carpe diem. You know, yesterday we win a game. It's like, try to celebrate that win before I was worried about the next game, because if we don't celebrate the little things and take the time to celebrate them, then what are we doing it for? And it kind of puts all that back into perspective for you, I think.